Okay.
Okay. Hi, my name is Paul Stradowski. I'm president of the human resource consulting firm, HR Partners. I specialize in training, particularly online training, performance management and measurement, and compensation. I'm not a recruiter, but I'm offering a special service that I'm just starting to try out for my LinkedIn connections. And that's for anyone who's looking for a job. Today, I
Okay.
have one of my LinkedIn connections, Joe Buccino, and I'm going to interview him and ask him a few questions. I just lost my picture. Okay, I got it back. Joe, why don't we start out with you
Okay.
just tell me a little bit about yourself and give me your 2-minute elevator speech.
Sure. So I've been in HR for about 20 years now, going on 20 years, and I've had roles in as a specialist and as a generalist. And just recently, I've been a manager at the current company that I'm at Frederick Goldman. Currently looking because I am just looking to further my career. Right now, I feel like I've reached a plateau at the current company that I'm at, which is Frederick Goldman Incorporated. And I'd like to, use my skills that I've learned throughout the year to just further, like I said, further my career and find a company that is actually growing. Right now, the company that I'm at is actually not growing, unfortunately. They're actually getting smaller, and which makes me think that that's a red flag. So I'm looking for an opportunity to grow within a company and use my HR expertise.
Great, Joe. Yeah, I know what it's like to be on the downside. Uh, I was with a company during globalization, and I ended up terminating over 2,000 people during one day, during 1 year.
Oh, wow.
It gets so bad. Somebody put
Okay.
a sign on my door one day that said "Departure Lounge." So how did you get started in HR in the first place?
I went to Rutgers, Newark, with a business management as a business management major, and I remember there was one course called Fundamentals of HR, and the VP of Prudential in Newark was teaching it. Ever since then, I really got into HR. Really want to learn the ins and outs, and I don't want to be cliche or anything, but I love to help people, and HR was a natural fit for me. So I found it really a great subject, and I further, I went from graduating Rutgers right into my first HR role, which was an HRIS role for the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company, A&P. And from there, I just kept on learning new facets of HR. Eventually, I would become a generalist at Whole Foods, and then I would further my career again as an HR manager here at Frederick Goldman.
Okay, Joe, I'm a strong believer in behavioral interviewing, specifically having you talk about some of your accomplishments, because I think the best predictor of future performance is what you've done in the past. Can you talk about a couple of your major accomplishments at your last couple companies?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you that for Frederick Goldman, that current company I'm at, I think one of the major accomplishments is that when I actually had a senior vice president of HR leave, she's the one that hired me back in last March. She actually left the company in December, and I assumed all the roles and responsibilities of her position quite seamlessly. There was no doubt in the mind of the owners of the company that they want to keep me as her replacement. Not to say that I was given the title and the salary, but they had enough faith in me to basically take all of her roles and responsibilities and seamlessly. I think the last 9 months that she's been gone, I think I've done an outstanding job. Obviously, how I feel. We haven't filled the position of her, and they decided that they didn't want to fill the position, so they really kept me on as the HR manager without hiring someone else.
That saved them a lot of money.
Saved them a lot of money. At Whole Foods, I think at Whole Foods, my biggest accomplishment, which I really take pride in, besides seamlessly taking over an SVP role, was my mentoring of at least 15 HR professionals. So at Whole Foods, there's a HR professional in each store. They would come to our regional office, and I would be the one that'd be mentoring them. I would go visit them at the stores as well. So throughout my career at Whole Foods, there's at least 15 to 20 people that I mentored and became HR professionals themselves, which I really take pride in because I love helping people. And if it's a colleague in HR, it's even easier because I have a passion for HR. So it really shows in the people that I've mentored.
What do you think makes you a good mentor?
Definitely my patience and I'm very meticulous. Like I'm very process driven, but I'm also very, I understand people. There's no two way. People learn differently. So, if I find that somebody's learning by hands-on, I want to train hands-on. If they want to just listen to me and take notes, that's a different approach. So I'm very, I can really change and help people on the way they learn. I think by doing that, it helps them feel more comfortable, and I think that they could go then and pursue, obviously their career. But I really feel like it's my being not only sympathetic, but also being hands-on and just adapting to their learning style to help them further their career.
Joe, I think that's a real good compliment to your management experience, because management is really situational. It's not one size fits all. So I think you hit a home run on your mentoring. Give me one more example of somewhere we might have saved some money.
Sure. Both at Whole Foods and Frederick Goldman, I'm very versed in employment law, and whenever it comes to a potential wrongful termination, I always am cautious in terms of what the laws are, what the company policies are. So I'm very strict when it comes to following those type of policies and laws. So I would think that I've saved this company and Whole Foods at least a couple $100,000, if not millions of dollars in wrongful termination suits, because since I've been with the company and since when I was at Whole Foods, we never had a legal lawsuit for a wrongful termination. So I think that goes and speaks volumes to the fact that ownership and leadership come to me and ask me, are we legally able to terminate someone at this time? If the person hasn't followed the corrective action process that we have outlined, or if we're not following the law to the T, I'm on the cautious side. So I do not want to terminate someone when I feel like we have a lot of liability. So the liability and termination is huge, as we know, because of, like I said, legal lawsuits. So I would think that I can't put a dollar amount at that. I guess that's why I need your help, Paul. Like with wrongful terminations, I've never had one. Would you say that I saved like a couple $1 million? Would you say a couple 100,000? What would you think?
How many people have you terminated?
This year alone, we've terminated 57 people.
Okay. I would guess then you're close to $500,000 in savings, potential savings.
Okay.
And as I said, unfortunately, I had a lot of experience in terminations. The over 2,000 employees that I terminated during a massive downsizing, I did it by applying the golden rule, basically treating people with dignity, doing it the right way, the way I would want it done to myself. And I managed to do that without one single lawsuit also. So that's one of my proudest accomplishments. Joe, tell me something about you personally. What are your outside hobbies and interests?
I'm very athletic. I've become very athletic. I want to keep myself in physical shape, so I do a lot of running every day after work. I'd like to play softball, and I'm really a family guy. I love spending time with my daughter and my wife, who I cherish a lot. So work-life balance is important to me, and I love seeing my daughter grow up. She's in 6th grade, so spending time with her, helping her with her homework, really makes me feel good, and I don't want to lose that time. I know that my dad, for example, had a job that he worked from like 12 p.m. to 9 p.m., and I would only see him like either right before bed or the next day, or for me, it's important to be there for my daughter and for my family. So I'm a really family guy. I love sports, and I love to play, I love to play poker. I hope you do too, Paul.
I play a lot of liar's poker, actually. How old's your
Oh,
daughter?
good.
How old's your daughter?
She's 10 years old, and today was, yeah, she's 10.
So getting into those teenage years, lots of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Joe, I think it was a good discussion. I think you're a really top flight candidate. I'm going to make a YouTube video of this and send it out to my LinkedIn.
Okay.
If you want more information, I'll attach a resume of Joe's. My phone number is 908-763-5699. Joe, what's your phone number?
My number is 973-583-3663.
Great. Good talking with you. And I hope you do well.
Paul, I really appreciate this. And I really appreciate this, Paul. I really had a good time, and I thank you enough. I can't thank you enough.
Well, you can thank me when you get a job by hiring my consulting business.
That's for sure, and maybe we could do lunch one day.
You got it. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.